The sky above Vistara churned with magnetic storms, deep purple streaks carving jagged scars across the atmosphere. Beneath it, the mining colony stood still, every settler holding their breath as the rogue cyborgs advanced. Their leader, a towering figure with a rusted exoframe, raised an ion disruptor and leveled it at Commander Yael. "Surrender the mines!" the cyborg grated, voice crackling with synthetic distortion. "Your resources are now ours. Resistance is futile." Commander Yael remained seated on a crate of ore, arms draped lazily over his knees. Beside him, his second-in-command, Lieutenant Bran, was less composed. His fingers twitched at his holster, eyes darting between the settlers and the enemy. "Commander, we need to act," Bran hissed under his breath. Yael exhaled slowly, eyes gleaming with something that wasn't quite fear. "No, we don't. Stand down, all of you." A murmur of confusion rippled through the settlers, but they obeyed. The cyborgs, however, remained tense. "You think this is a negotiation?" Their leader scoffed. "We are not here to bargain, we take—" Right. Yael nodded, as if indulging a particularly stubborn child. "I just have one question. Has anyone on your team actually done a scan of the environment?" The cyborgs exchanged unreadable glances. Yael sighed. "Of course not. You see, Vistara's crust contains a unique blend of ferromagnetic minerals. When the planet's ion storms hit, they generate electromagnetic pulses strong enough to fry unshielded circuitry." He gestured around, as if introducing them to their own surroundings. "The ore you're so eager to claim? It's highly reactive to electromagnetic shifts. And these storms? Well, they cause—" He wiggled his fingers theatrically. "All sorts of technological disruptions." Bran's eyes widened. "Sir, are you saying—" A sharp hiss interrupted him. One of the cyborgs jerked, their disruptor sparking wildly before powering down entirely. Another stumbled, servos locking up mid-step. Their leader swiveled his head toward his own arm, now twitching erratically. "Oh dear," Yael mused, barely suppressing a smile. "Looks like you missed a critical systems check. Rookie mistake." The cyborgs scrambled, their processors struggling to compensate for the electromagnetic interference, an oversight likely born from their overconfidence in superior technology, never expecting a backwater planet to pose a threat. One managed a desperate lunge toward Yael, but their leg servos failed entirely, sending them crashing face first into the dust. The settlers, once paralyzed with fear, now watched in silent amusement. "Patience, Bran," Yael murmured, leaning back as if enjoying a leisurely sunset. "Patience is the best weapon in your arsenal." The cyborg leader snarled, but his voice glitched mid-sentence. His limbs locked up as his internal systems fell to chaos. One by one, the invaders collapsed, their own technological superiority turned against them. Yael stood, brushing off his coat. "You came here thinking you had the upper hand, but you made a classic mistake. You assumed control without understanding the terrain." The settlers moved in cautiously, nudging the disabled cyborgs with their boots. Laughter bubbled up, hesitant at first, then growing bolder. Bran exhaled, shaking his head. "That was risky, sir. What if you'd been wrong?" Yael grinned. "Then I'd be making a very different speech right now, assuming I still had a mouth to make it with." Bran let out a dry chuckle. "And what do we do with them?" Yael studied the fallen cyborgs for a long moment. "Strip their power cores. Leave them here. If they wake up, maybe they'll have learned something." As the settlers secured the defeated invaders, Yael turned his gaze back toward the storm-ridden horizon. He wasn't one for grand speeches, but he did love a good irony. He muttered to himself, just loud enough for Bran to hear, "When your enemy is busy digging their own grave, don't offer them a shovel." And with that, he walked away, leaving the storm to claim what was left of them.